Hello and welcome to the Daily Comic and Collectible, episode 379. Now today, the collectible of the day is the PCS Collectables Marvel Universe video game series 1/12 scale Spider-Man statue diorama. This statue is part of a three-piece set based on the epic cell block breakout sequence from the hit video game Marvel's Spider-Man. The Spider-Man, Rhino, and Scorpion 1/12 scale statue set features the friendly neighborhood hero up against two formidable foes, each with a proximity base inspired by the action-packed showdown in the Raft Supermax prison. This video is featuring the Spider-Man statue that measures 6.86 inches in height as he vaults over a destroyed concrete column that reads Raft. Costumed in his now iconic advanced suit, Peter Parker strikes a dynamic pose, facing down two of the Sinister Six. This statue features a highly detailed sculpt and careful paint applications to recreate all of the on-screen details from Marvel's Spider-Man. Their dynamic poses complement one another to create a full battle scene when displayed together. Released in 2020, by PCS Collectables. Now, the comic of the day is Marvel's Spider-Man 2, Volume 1, Issue Number 1, with a cover date of July 2023, but released in May. This is the Gameverse prequel to the upcoming Spider-Man 2 video game, and a one-shot, with story by Christos Engage, art by Ig Guerra, cover by Todd Knock. This was also a free comic book day release and a special comic book I received from TREV the shipping guru, whose information will be in the description below. And this issue is simply titled Spider-Man 2. We open with Mary Jane Watson being interviewed by J. Jonah Jameson on his podcast in an attempt to promote her new book documenting the war in Symkaria, which hasn't been selling very well. Jameson keeps self-promoting and making references to his glory days, and implying that Mary Jane isn't cut out for journalism. She then tells him off for not being nearly as good as a journalist as he used to be, and has just become an old man spouting nonsense and fear-mongering. The interview is then interrupted by the two Spider-Men fighting the tarantula crashing into the interview room, which causes Jameson to run away. Later, at Peter's house, which is Aunt May's old house in Queens, something that she left him when she passed, he and Mary Jane are discussing the disappointing returns on her book, and Peter's attempting to get a teaching degree to get a new job, and him struggling to make the mortgage as May took out a new loan to keep the Feast Center open during the events of the first game. Peter proposes Mary Jane move in with him, but she turns him down, claiming that her job requires her to be in Manhattan, and that it has nothing to do with their relationship. But Peter takes it hard either way. Miles then arrives, saying that he plans to go to college, but can't decide what he wants to major in. The three then go to an electric store down the road to get some gear to upgrade their gadgets, but find that it's been broken into. Once they enter, they find a group of criminals dressed in cloaks. As they engage, they seemingly disappear, but it's revealed they're using cloaking tech, stolen from one of the Tinkerer's caches, and repurposed for themselves. The crooks get away, and Peter feels that they've all been feeling off their game due to the various problems they've been having. They later track him to another robbery they're committing in a jewelry store, and manage to capture them, but they're freed by their leader, the Hood, who they fear has magical powers. Peter reels in the failure and admits to Mary Jane that her not wanting to move in with him hits harder than he made it out, but she explains her situation again, and he understands, just that he needs time to accept it. Researching the previous crimes, they track the Hood to a warehouse on the docks, and find that he's committing against crime to get money and resources to help his sick mother live. His most recently acquired find, the Lifeline tablet. It will supposedly cure her completely, He invokes a spell, and while it seems to activate, it does nothing to her. The Spider-Men interrupt, and Hood engages them. However, his mother interrupts, claiming that she doesn't want to go on living and is ready to die, and that all she wanted was to spend time with her son, with the little time that she has left, but he was too stubborn to do so. Realizing what he's done, the Hood surrenders himself to the Spider-Men, so long as he can be with his mother in her last moments, which they agree to. She eventually passes, and the Hood surrenders himself to the police, who arrive. Peter apologizes to Mary Jane for her stubborn behavior, realizing he's no better than the Hood, and she forgives him, admitting that the failing book sales were affecting her as well. And Miles has decided to take up music technology at ESU. Later, Mary Jane enters the Daily Bugle to begin work for the day. Unbeknownst to her, Jameson is finishing off a deal where he will be repurchasing the Bugle so that he can run it like he wants to, inspired by Mary Jane's rant about how he's become detached to real journalism. This story continues in Spider-Man 2, The Game. Geek Fact: though part of the gaming universe, there are some notable first appearances. The Hood's gang, including Parker Robbins, the Hood, Tony at the Daily Bugle, also the return of J. Jonah Jameson to the Daily Bugle, plus the first appearances of the Hood's cloak and the first appearance of the Lifeline tablet, all in the Gamingverse, which is also considered Earth 1048. Bonus Geek Fact: the Lifeline tablet was written by an unidentified Homo Mermanus during the Hyborian Age, which is about 10,000 BC. On the tablet is a biochemical formula for a serum, the Lifeline formula, which can rejuvenate, heal, and grant its user the chance to reach the full evolutionary potential of its race. It turns the user into an immortal and a near omnipotent being. This tablet is the sister stone of the Tablet of Death and Entropy. Flashback fact: in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, the Lifeline tablet was one of the many artifacts seen within Odin's vault on Asgard. Advertising ad fact: available now on PC, the games Spider-Man Remastered and Spider-Man Miles Morales, plus coming fall 2023, Marvel's Spider-Man 2 from Sony Entertainment, developed by Insomniac Games. And final geek fact: the history of Tarantula on Earth 1048. Anton Miguel Rodriguez, or the Tarantula, was reported to have been assaulting a bank on the financial district when Spider-Man appeared to stop him. Both engaged in a fight, with Spider-Man using a web bomb to immobilize Tarantula. The battle gets suddenly interrupted when Superior Spider-Man of Earth 616 warps in to recruit this Spider-Man to the Superior Spider Army. Both Spider-Man engage Tarantula, but Tarantula uses an opportunity to escape after tricking Spider-Man into one of his own bombs. Later, the Tarantula was finally arrested when Spider-Man and Superior Spider-Man ambush him while he attacks a research facility in the city. Well, I'd like to thank you for joining me for another Daily Comic and Collectible, and I hope to see you again tomorrow. This is Cat Fan Comics Man, and I'll catch you on the flip. Over and out.